Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the hammerhead. So we're going to create this model. Quickly looking at, I see that it's a hammerhead with a shaft, oval shaft. So I'm going to put my origin right there in the center of that oval. It looks like there's basically a rectangular feature and a octagon feature and then some fillets. So I'm going to start with this center square part and build out from there. So let's go ahead and open up SolidWorks, open up a part, and we'll move this off to the side. So we're going to sketch on our front plane, and we're going to build that rectangle from the front view. So that is so my origin will be on my top center. So I'm going to select my midpoint by right-clicking on that line, and then I hold the control down and get the origin, and that brings up these relations on the side, and I want to make them coincident. So my height is 40, and the width we know of our hammerhead by the octagon. So the octagon is the same both in the length and the width. So we just gonna create that sketch and extrude. So I want to actually extrude about the midplane this time because I want the center of that elliptical hole right on that plane. So that's 50 wide. So I'm gonna create the hammer as well. So I'm gonna actually stay on that front plane even though again it's right in the middle. And I'm gonna sketch an 8-sided polygon. So come in here and select 8. And then I can just kind of draw it anywhere. And I want to make, so control select that top line and the edge. I want to make them collinear. So that collinear command will also make it horizontal. So I want to do that again. Control select and click on both of those, collinear, and then the same here, and make them collinear. So in this sketch, I don't even actually need a dimension. When I make these collinear, that drives the size and location of this octagon. So I'm just going to quickly add these dimensions, and I'm going to keep them driven, which means that you can't actually change them. But I just wanted to show that because we're dealing with an octagon in the actual drawing, both the height and the width are exactly the same. So that shape is actually buried into my part, which is not a problem. So I have my sketch selected, and then I want to get my overall. So again, I want to extrude from that midplane, do 130, and because I'm doing this first, I do not need and then I'll put the hole through, and it's basically putting the hole through both of those features. So now we're going to sketch on this top plane, this top surface here, and we're going to create a ellipse. So the ellipse is your center point, and then kind of each of your axis points. So your narrow and then your long. So dimensioning an ellipse, typically you'll want to go those outside points which are on the arc. which is the narrow part is 20, and then the long part is 30. So you'll notice, even though I have the center point snapped to the origin and everything dimensioned, it's not fully defined. So if I click on one of those points, I can see that I can actually rotate it. So the easiest way to do that is control select that one of the points. And so because I'm the bottom point, I want to make those vertical. So that vertical relation will make that ellipse fully defined, which we want all of our sketches fully defined. And then we click OK. And then we go over here and do an extrude cut. So we just need it to be through all. We don't need it to be blind. And basically there's that. And then the last bit is just adding all those radiuses. So those are actually fillets. And they're all 4. So now it's just a matter of going in here and selecting the edges. So fillets are pretty smart, and they have this little menu that pops up here. And you can see that in that menu, there's, without clicking, you can kind of hover over them, and it's trying to tell you which other corners are very similar. So I'll just pick that first one. We'll do this top one now, and again, it's trying to find, a good match. This one doesn't look as useful as the other ones, and actually looking at the drawing, it's not that one. It's this one, and this one looks like all the fillets that are actually on that drawing. So there you go. Click save your part, and that is the hammerhead.